Welcome to Free to Cook. In this episode, we're going to be cooking Chinese style pork belly. This recipe takes a bit of prep time, but it'll give you the most tender, juicy meat and perfect crackling. To start, add 1 teaspoon of salt to a small bowl, followed by half a teaspoon of black pepper. Next, 1 tablespoon of Chinese 5 spice. To make a paste, add 1 tablespoon of rice wine vinegar. Mix it all together. Next, you'll need a piece of pork belly with the skin on. Cut into the meat 1 inch apart. Next, brush the paste onto the meat and into the cuts. Try not to get any on the skin. Then place the pork belly onto a plate. Using a small knife, poke holes into the skin. Try to evenly cover the skin. An easy way to tell if you missed a spot is to pull the skin apart. In another small bowl, add 1 teaspoon of salt, followed by 1 tablespoon of rice wine vinegar. Mix it together. Brush across the skin, then place in the fridge uncovered overnight. This will help dry out the skin, giving us a perfect crackling. The next day, add 1 kilo or 2 pounds of rock salt into a bowl. Add the egg whites of 2 eggs. Mix together so the salt and the egg whites become a paste. Spoon the mixture onto a tray lined with baking paper. First, make a thin layer on the tray a bit bigger than the pork belly. Place the pork belly in the center. Spoon on the rest of the salt mixture until the pork belly is fully covered. This will create a crust that will encase the pork belly, cooking it quickly and making it super tender. Don't stress, the meat won't get too salty. Place the tray in a preheated oven set to 410 Fahrenheit or 210 Celsius for 45 minutes. Once the 45 minutes are up, remove from the oven. The salt and the egg white mixture is hardened, creating a crust. You'll need to use something hard like the back of your knife to break it open. Remove the pork belly from the salt crust and place on a new tray lined with baking paper. Make sure to scrape off any of the excess salt. Place back in the oven, now set to grill for 15 minutes. Once the pork belly skin is crackled up, remove from the oven. The skin has cracked up beautifully. Turn over the pork belly and cut through the crackling, and there you have it, Chinese style pork belly. This way of cooking pork belly gives you tender, juicy meat with that amazing crackling. If you found this recipe helpful, don't forget to share it, subscribe to the channel, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and if you have any recipe suggestions, leave them in the comments.